Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin. But first of all, Happy New Year to each and every one of you guys. Hope you guys had a sensational 2024, and I wish each and every one of you guys a fantastic 2025 as well. It's been a massive 2024 for me personally and on the channel as well. To each and every one of you guys, thank you for all the support that you've always shown. Today, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last one. Well, I'm already on 1st of January, so this is really my first video for the new year, but this will be most likely your last video for 2024, bringing you the latest Chelsea news that's floating about. As you can see, the picture on the screen is about Nkunku. Lots of noise happening in regards to Nkunku, and we want to get into deep level conversation on this particular player. There's some information in regards to Anselmino. He's coming back to Chelsea Football Club. It is confirmed whether he stays or not. We shall see what happens, what the plan is. He is a right-sided centre-back, so that is something that we're looking for. Reece James, in the midst of all of this, has returned back, was actually in the squad against the loss against Ipswich. We've got a bit of outside story in regards to Trent Alexander-Arnold. We like to cover everything, and any interesting topics we must always cover on this channel, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of them. Now, let's get stuck into the Nkunku situation, ladies and gentlemen. This literally dropped about an hour ago. Chelsea will consider Nkunku's situation only if the player goes to them and says, I want to leave. Because otherwise, Chelsea want to keep him. Board owners and Maresca consider him important player. Let's see in the next weeks if some club can tempt the player, or maybe Chelsea with important money or swap deal. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano, and it further goes on to say, it is up to Nkunku to decide what he wants to do next in his career. All depends on the player and if he's unhappy or not. Lots been said here, ladies and gentlemen. It's interesting. We recently had rumors in regards to Kolo Muani, and then there was rumors that perhaps Nkunku is going to go to PSG and Kolo Muani is going to come to Chelsea Football Club. Now, let's take a step back. Does this make sense? In my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the best time for both player and the club to part ways. Nkunku at the moment seems to be a Conference League player at best for us, and in the Premier League, he's only getting petty minutes, minimal minutes, and that too as a striker, which doesn't really suit him the best. And on top of that, manager himself, Maresca, has said he's not a striker. So when you weigh up all of that information, well, is he happy with just Conference League? If I'm Nkunku and at a prime level, I'm pretty sure he's 27, 28, nearing that age, I'm not happy with just playing Conference League. I want more. I want to be an important player. So Conference League, I don't think should entice him too much. And being a bit part player in the Premier League, being second fiddle to Nicholas Jackson, and also in a position that looks like doesn't really suit him and the manager doesn't believe in him, why am I going to stick around? It's not like I'm going to get the number 10 position. The number 10 position seems to be for Cole Palmer. There is no way Nkunku is going to get that position. And if there is a secondary, inside forward position available, that probably will go to João Felix. And we've seen it that sometimes João Felix doesn't even get that. Enzo Fernandez is playing that role, or Malo Gusto is playing that role. So if I'm Nkunku, I'd be tad bit unhappy with the current state of my minutes at Chelsea Football Club. And this has got nothing to do with the club, or this has got nothing to do with, people being unreasonable with him. It's just a circumstance. He simply is surplus to requirements for Maresca's style of play right now. So if I'm Nkunku, I'm unhappy and I'm looking to leave in January so that I can progress my career somewhere else and be impactful somewhere else and absolutely hone in on my full potential ability. What's the point of just sticking around and not doing anything substantial at Chelsea Football Club. So that's how I look at it. I'd be shocked. And from a club's point of view, from Chelsea's point of view, even though Maresca and the board and the owners are saying he's an important player, if he's an important player, we're not really showing that, are we? So for me, I don't think he's really an important player at the moment under Maresca. From a club's perspective, I'd be looking to part ways with him as well and giving Maresca a player that he can fully utilize. So the rumor, this is why I go back to the rumor of Kolo Muani. It makes sense to me only if it's a loan. Kolo Muani is a striker and he's not being favored at the moment at PSG. So let's get him for the time being on loan. So don't get too caught up on, oh my God, he wants this on a permanent. No, on loan. And I'm pretty sure Nkunku in January is probably not going to be a permanent deal either. It's probably going to be a loan, and we're going to look to most likely sell him in the summer. So whatever happens is most likely going to be a loan situation. I've got no problems. Right now, I don't think anyone's going to come in January on a permanent. Some people are throwing the names Matheus Cunha. Love the player. I would love to see Matheus Cunha at Chelsea Football Club, but are Wolves in a position to let go of Matheus Cunha when Wolves are in a relegation battle and he's one of their most important players, if not the most important player? Are they in a position to do that? Probably not. So for me, there are options that we will look into in the summer, in the January. Whatever we can do to help Maresca out, we should be looking at doing that. Someone like Nkunku is not really helping out Maresca, in my personal opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. I want to just quickly share with you guys what Max also said. It was quite interesting, some of the tweets that Max had to put out. I think it's worthwhile going through them. Check this out. 6 hours ago, I think that was the one. Yeah, let's have a look at what Max wrote. Very, very telling, ladies and gentlemen. Enzo Maresca internally wants a striker and midfield cover in January. Two positions that we've covered in recent videos. By the way, if you haven't caught Ryan and myself, the podcast, That's Live podcast, which is the last video, do make sure you check that out. Lovely piece of conversation there. Lots of important talks. Make sure you catch that. It's an extended podcast, 1 hour and 30 minutes odd, but it covers literally everything that you need to probably want to delve in on. So do check that out, where we talk about midfield, how important Romeo Lavia is, how the fact he's missing right now is creating a domino effect for us. Also the miss of, Wesley Fofana and so on and so forth. So Enzo Maresca goes on to say, internally wants a striker. Why would he be asking for a striker if he's okay with Nkunku? You have to ask yourself that question. And midfield cover in January makes sense, because without Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, we don't really have cover. Christopher Nkunku has backers internally, however, and some don't want to get rid of him. Also up to the player's desire. Some see value in a loan approach for Evan Ferguson, but priority will be outgoings. Look, Evan Ferguson, on a loan, fair enough, he can compete with Nicholas Jackson, but Evan Ferguson, he's got his injury issues as well. So, and to be honest, past 2 years hasn't been great for Evan Ferguson. Could he potentially do something at Chelsea in a different environment? Maybe. Could he potentially be a good backup to Nicholas Jackson? Yeah, perhaps. There's quality in Evan Ferguson. And yes, I've had it confirmed that Maresca did not want João Felix, hence the treatment of him since he joined. Maresca is trying his best, though, to keep everyone happy. Hence, Desasi starts, as he's more likely than not going to stay until the summer, but we'll see. So lots getting opened up here. Desasi not really favored, but he's getting the minutes because you need to keep the harmony in the squad. This is where I have to say the squad building by the directors, and I know we've praised them recently for some of the other acquisitions we've made, but overall the squad building has not been adequate for Enzo Maresca. Look at all the summer signings that we've made, and there's only probably one or two players that Enzo Maresca really trusts out of 7-8 players that we got in the summer. So Lots being said over here. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Nkunku, ladies and gentlemen. Would you part ways with him right now? Do you feel he is surplus to requirements? John Obimiko, the project is working, but we need someone to be there when Nicholas is not scoring. We need a second striker to be there, come in, take responsibility, and win us games. That's my argument and my conversation. Once again, I fully agree. I agree. Look, Nicholas Jackson deserves all the praise. He's been developing well, but depending on one person to week in, week out, deliver the goods is probably not adequate at the moment, especially with someone like Nicholas Jackson, who's still developing. And on top of that, God forbid, if there's an injury, then we are royally screwed. And Nicholas Jackson needs that competition as well. So I think it's paramount we get a striker in January, even if it's a stopgap for the moment as a loan with no obligation to buy, maybe an option. I think we need to explore that, or else Enzo Maresca is going to be handicapped for the second half of this season. So once again, I agree with John Obimiko. Now, check this out. The captain is back, ladies and gentlemen. Reece James, he was in the squad against Ipswich in the bench, unused, obviously. Look, fantastic news, he's back. The captain is back. Great news. But, you can't help to think that when's he going to be back in the shelf again? Do you know what I mean? When's he going to be back in the doctor's room again? So, look, I'm glad he's back. I hope he can stay fit this time. We need a player like Reece James on our right side. We're lacking that RCB position right now. It'd be great if he can play and Levi Colwill can come back to his central position. But I don't know. I don't have the confidence. He needs to really show that his body has now forgotten all of those injuries and can look forward. So look, I'll just cherish whatever minutes that Reece James can give us, and we'll keep it at that, because to be honest, I don't really count Reece James as a player that is really a part of the squad anymore. He's just someone who is good to have on the side, really. If he's fit, if he can give us some minutes, thank you so much, Reece James. Until he can prove to all of us that his injuries are behind him, it doesn't really mean anything. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Anselmino is joining Enzo Maresca's squad with immediate effect, ready to start training at Cobham from next week. So, right-sided centre-back, he's back. There's been a lot of hype about Aaron Anselmino. Lots of people talking big on him, how good he is on the ball. Defensively, he's very strong as well, but equally, he's top class on the ball. Potentially acts as a midfielder at times, drifts in from centre-back position into midfield positions and becomes really a midfielder. So, look, this is the type of profile that we need in our team, especially in the RCB position. Desarcy has been a disaster. Badishil, God knows when he's going to be back. Wesley Fofana, God knows when he's going to be back. And Tosin doesn't seem to be playing on that wide areas. He likes to play in the central areas, which then causes a compromise for Levi Colwill. So if we can somehow give this kid, not even a guy, to be honest, he's a kid, 19-year-old, some opportunities, but then there's Achapong as well. Look, at the end of the day, I'm hearing some rumors that maybe he's not going to stick around at Chelsea. Maybe he's going to get loaned to Strasbourg, and then we're potentially going to get someone back from Strasbourg. I'm hoping that is Andre Santos. So, look, is a kid putting so much pressure on a kid to do a massive job in the Premier League? We shall see. We shall see exactly what happens with Aaron Anselmino in the second half of the season. Does he go on a loan? Does he stay? It'll be interesting to see. Me personally, I don't mind keeping him, but at the same time, if he needs to go on a loan, go on a loan. You're a young kid. I don't want to put that much burden on you straight away. There's a time for adaptation as well at Chelsea Football Club, in a different country, different league, language barrier, this, that, the other. Now, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Trent Alexander-Arnold news everywhere. This is a blockbuster news. Real Madrid insists to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold as top target for 2025. As revealed in March, he is the player they want. Liverpool have clearly told Real Madrid that Trent Alexander-Arnold is not for sale in January. Real Madrid keep working on free agent deal for July. So his contract is coming to end in June 2025. in the last game against West Ham, he scored and he did the celebration like this. People are talking. He's trying to sort of gesture that he's not going anywhere. But look, in my personal opinion, the kind of money I'm hearing he's looking for, Salah level of money, which he absolutely warrants it. He's 100% warranted. But there's no way Liverpool are going to be giving that level of money to Salah, that level of money to Virgil van Dijk, whose contract is also up in the air. And on top of that, Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. That's just not how Liverpool generally operates, with high wages for several players. Don't forget, Alisson is most probably on big wages as well. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, what's there to achieve now at Liverpool? He's done it all. He's won the Premier League. He's won the Champions League. What's there to win? What's there to win? And he's pretty much won all the trophies. And when Real Madrid come knocking, you have to. That is the pinnacle. Real Madrid is definitely the pinnacle in club football. A lot of players want to be able to say that, yeah, I've represented Real Madrid. So, look, I won't be surprised. And Real Madrid, look, a lot of people are saying, especially the Liverpool fans, they are a bit irate with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Why haven't you signed the contract? This, that, the other. Well, if it doesn't meet his stipulations, then he's got every right not to sign that. He needs to look after his future. He's given everything possible to Liverpool Football Club. I don't understand why the fans would go against him now when he's literally given them everything. And I feel like his initial interest is to stay, but on his own terms. He's got to get his right wages, the right contract level. So if he's not getting that, and someone like Real Madrid is knocking on the door, and Real Madrid would not be knocking, and it looks like Real Madrid are knocking on his door, they would not be knocking if they didn't feel that there is an opportunity to get this player. So as much as Trent Alexander-Arnold might show the gesture that, oh, people are talking, he's saying this, that, the other, or that's the gesture that he's trying to give out, yeah, he's also entertaining the thought of going to Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham is there as well. But English connection. Look, I do feel maybe he's going to leave. I do feel. I mean, I'm just thinking from an achievement point of view, what's there to get anymore at Liverpool Football Club? I know it's his boyhood club. I know he would like to retire there, but what else is there? Real Madrid, big challenge. Go there, win it all, and pretty much stamp your name in footballing stratosphere. Do you know what I mean? Footballing history. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, especially in regards to Nkunku. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Happy New Year to each and every one of you guys. Till next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Goodbye.